Hey everyone, you are tuning into the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for America's Got Talent. Tonight we're going to be chatting about the last round of judge cuts. If you want to hear about if it was awkward between Heidi and Seal, stay tuned. You don't want to miss it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for America's Got Talent. I am your host. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub. Fellow panelists, where can they find you online?
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. You can find me on Instagram at Liza.Ruben or follow me for all my food finds at Fat But Skinny But Fat.
Hey guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
So, as I mentioned a minute ago, Heidi and Seal were on the show tonight together. I was like really shook when I saw this in the promos because I was like, these two were married for so long. They broke up in, 2012?
I think so.
Yes.
Divorced, I guess you could say, considering they were married and have children together. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Did you think it felt awkward? Do you think it felt normal?
I'm just going to throw it way back because Heidi and Seal were my very first celebrity spotting in Los Angeles. I saw them at the Grove, and it was a big deal, and my parents stopped me from actually going up and bothering them.
Oh, I'm sure she would have been so nice,
I know,
too.
so nice, and he's such a nice guy. But I feel like they strategically put them together
And
to
they
kind
sat
of
next to
show
each
that they
other
have,
as well.
a nice, friendly relationship.
I mean,
they
they
co-parent.
co-parent, yeah.
Co-parenting is like a thing now. Gwyneth Paltrow started it. So I think that's why they put them next to each
They
other.
look good together.
I want them to get back together.
I stared at them the whole time.
I agree. I just want to like sit them down and have couples therapy. Like, can we work through this?
This has been a really treacherous week because we're gonna just talk about Chris Pratt and Anna Faris. So seeing Heidi and Spencer, Heidi and Seal next to each other. That was a throwback. My brain just said Heidi
Spidey.
and Spencer. Seeing Heidi and Seal next to each other gave me hope for Chris Pratt and Anna Faris and their future co-parenting endeavors because Jack Pratt, thinking of you this week. Anyway,
Yes. And Lenny, I don't know what Seal's last name is. Lenny
Kravitz. No.
No, Lenny Seal. I don't know what Seal's last name is. But
I
they
think
can
Seal
name
is
Lenny.
like a-
That's the only kid I know. I'm
Seal
so
is
sorry.
Madonna or Oprah. They only have one name.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. One Dame Wonder.
Yeah, Elvis. Anyway, so we have a special surprise here tonight. Breaking news here on AfterBuzz TV. We have our very own golden buzzer. Let me play that one more time right next to my microphone so everyone can get it. We have an America's Got Talent official golden buzzer that we each are going to hit one time tonight, as the judges do, if we feel that someone deserves a golden buzzer. And we will get justice for those people because I don't think everyone's favorite got the golden buzzer tonight. Okay, listen.
You are going straight to the live show.
Okay, and to be fair, at least it's not haha.
It's tie-tie.
Oh my
Thanks
god,
for watching
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah,
Oh.
if any of you viewers watch AGT on YouTube or happen to rewatch on YouTube, better click off before they get to the subscribe page because it is not my favorite. So yeah, this will be here if anyone feels the need to push it. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a gold confetti gun, but next time maybe that will be my next purchase because it won't be as dramatic. But maybe we can get some good music
Some
when
cool
that
effects.
happens. Yeah, maybe some lights or something. Anyway, let's start talking about the acts because we don't have all night, and I could talk about Heidi and Seal and Heidi and everyone and Spencer and Heidi for hours. But let's start with, so there was a couple. They didn't perform together, but we're going to talk about them as one unit because neither of them made it through, and I really don't have that much time for either of them. Maria Popazova and Maxim Popazova. Maria was a contortionist, and she did this glass ball aerial thing, which I thought was very cool. Maxim balanced on a bunch of chairs, super high. It was very cool. Neither of them made it through. What I have beef with is that Simon X'd her, and I was like, this girl is suspending from midair, doing the splits between two halves of a sphere. Was it the best thing I've ever seen? No. But did that deserve an X? Also,
Yes.
no. Really?
It did. It was boring.
Oh, see, I thought
It was
I love
absolutely
that
boring.
stuff.
It was short, and it was okay. You know, the coolest part was at the very end when she was hanging, her toes were inside.
Yeah,
and
that's
she
when he
was hanging.
X'd her.
But that was it. That's not a show.
Okay, sure. Maybe they should have combined forces, these two, as a
They should
husband
have.
and wife duo. Why did they feel the need to do it alone? Maybe together they would have actually made it through.
Yeah, I thought it was Bow Ring with a capital B.
With a capital B.
And I am loving this old school Simon that we're seeing. This he got a little
Savage.
testy. Yeah, I loved
little
it.
savage,
Bring
yeah.
it back, Simon. Yes.
Yeah, well, Simon could do no wrong in my eyes. So if he said she gets an X it is. Moving on.
Simon says, am I right?
Yeah. Honeybees Plus, they are the curvy dancers from Alabama State University, and they were fun. I like them. They definitely demanded the stage. I hope that they are the cheer squad at that school because anyone else is not worthy. They would be amazing for the football team or whatever. I don't know if this necessarily was the stage for them, but I had fun watching them. They were doing the splits. I feel like they had a great time and I want to hang out with them outside of AGT.
No, they're so fun. And you know what? I was actually Googling them afterwards, and the amount of spirit and support that they're getting from their community and their school, and I think Good Morning America had them on as well. It's just so cool to see, obviously a dance group from, it's a big school, but at the same time they're getting so much support, and I'm sure that's playing into it. And I really love them. They have such a good spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, I don't really know what to say about them, to be honest. They were good. That's literally all I can say is they were good.
I do appreciate the fact that they are curvy and are empowering in that sense, because a lot of dancers that you see, you turn on So You Think You Can Dance and everyone is a chiseled supermodel, and I'm oh yeah, sure, I can't do that. But it's amazing to see that these girls are just as good at dancers as someone who maybe is in crazy thin shape. You know what I mean? These girls seem to be very fit in their own way and very athletic. Mm-hmm. So
there's a lot of personality. They are so flexible.
Doing the splits.
How did I forget that?
Oh
They really were
I almost
flexible.
injured myself watching it. Unfortunately, they didn't make it through.
Oh, bye guys. So
Bye,
cute.
honeybees. See you in Alabama. Next up was Merrick Hana. He's a young dancer that Simon really likes.
Simon has a crush on Merrick.
In a non-pedo way, but also Simon really likes him. Simon's this kid's so good. I remember from last time, I loved this guy. I was are you fangirling over a 12-year-old dancer?
Yeah, and to be honest, I was very surprised. When seeing him again, I was oh yeah, I guess he made it through. But I don't know, his first dance, he danced for his grandma, and his grandma
That was
takes
beautiful.
dance lessons. It's cute, but I don't know, he reminds me of old school Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber was just starting, and he has the cool floor work, but it was kind of a lot like the plot line of his last performance,
Yeah, it
which
was
was a
similar.
robot trying to find love or something.
Maybe it's
Really
a continued
cute,
story. Part of me
cute.
thinks
Maybe
it's
I don't know,
a story arc that we're
a dance series.
I
don't
think
know.
it might be. And you know what? I thought it was a little bit unnecessary that Simon was the only one to give him a standing ovation. It was you know what? I have to get up and clap.
Simon was literally a dance dad.
Oh,
during
yeah,
his
he was.
performance.
He was good job.
Yeah.
I think he might be Simon's son.
Videotaping
Yeah,
it secretly.
oh, yeah,
giving him
Amy
notes on it
Poehler.
later.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
certain
Oh my
Mean
God.
Girls.
Yes.
That was Simon.
I really liked him.
Yeah. I liked him too.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think anyone liked him as much as Simon did, but
I mean, I kind of did.
I liked his personality.
Yeah.
I was a little bored watching his dance. Not to say he was bad. He's obviously,
Do you think he
good.
could have told the story better?
I just don't resonate with the story really. It was just cute little kid who's doing it. Probably gonna be hot when he's 21, and I'll probably regret saying that. But he was okay.
definitely
Nothing
be
to
hot
write
when
home
he's
about.
20.
Yeah.
Next up was Kenchi. She's the Houston-based singer who was in the plane crash and has some pretty bad burn scarring, but she looked honestly great in my opinion last night and sounded even better. She sang Have a Little Faith in Me, and it was a really powerful performance, and I think Seal really related to her on a personal level because of, I think they may have had some similar experiences in their life. I don't think Seal publicly speaks about necessarily what his scarring is, but I think that he was really touched by her getting up there and being really brave and being able to not really care what she looks like, and I think that she would honestly, in my head I was thinking the whole time, why isn't she on The Voice? Because in my head I was that is literally what The Voice is about. It's about someone who only you care about their voice. And I actually noticed Simon was doing the thing where he was looking away and listening to her. And I'm really excited that she's going through, because I think that it's not just about her story, but I do think it's really important for someone like that to be in the public eye, because there are people out there who suffer from things like that and go into severe depressions. And so
Right.
to see her on a international public platform, doing this on TV and being brave in that way is really, something to commend.
Right, but I really appreciate the fact that, Simon does do the thing where he kind of turns away and listens to The Voice. He also said something to her after her performance, which was, listen, you're not just here for your story, you're here for your true talent. And
Exactly.
it's interesting because the first time she came on, I wasn't in love with her voice. I don't know, for some reason she has a great voice, but it didn't really capture my full heart and attention. But this performance was amazing. I think she put her heart and soul into this. I think she honestly could have deserved a golden buzzer. Not yet. I think could have. I think she was great.
I think her story deserved a golden buzzer, if that makes sense. But
yeah, it's true.
To be honest, okay, so I did what Simon did and what you guys did last week, and I closed my eyes, and I felt like she could have gave us a lot more. I felt like maybe she was a little bit nervous, but she held back. I was like waiting every moment for her
that,
to like,
yeah.
yes, and I didn't get it, and so I was a little sad. But she does have a good voice.
She does have a good voice. Yeah, I'm excited to see more from her. Maybe next time she'll be a little less nervous, even though something tells me going to the live shows is not going to make you less nervous. But
no, but I think there's a sense of weird confidence that you get. Yes, it's obviously nerve-wracking to have to up the ante and do better than what you did before, but it's also like, wow, these judges really like me and they're obviously keeping me here for a reason, you know?
Yeah, then I think, you do get a level of confidence. Next act I want to talk about is the Pompeo family dogs. Oh my God, I love them. Their tricks are amazing. There was so much going on, like my eye didn't even know where to go. I was like fully entertained the whole time. Like I would 100% pay to see this. I'm the biggest dog person.
Demographic.
I am their demographic. Like I love dogs so much that I'm gonna get ready, cue it up.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Cue the golden streamers.
That is my golden buzzer of the night, kids. I love them. Like dogs have won this show before, and I would go to Vegas. I would pay to see these dogs. Pets sell on the internet. Pets get views. They were impressive. Did you see some of the stuff they were doing? They were soaring off ladders while the other one was doing the conga line.
Okay, the
other
soaring off the ladder wasn't like, the dog like literally just climbed and jumped into his owner's hands.
Yeah.
Have you ever trained a dog to try to sit? I'm sorry, I have 2 dogs. I'm like, sit, Frankie, sit. And he like can't even do it.
Okay, no, the other tricks were unreal. The weaving through the legs. And they did a
conga
wheelbarrow.
line.
Yeah.
Line.
And
then
then he was on a horse.
Yeah, there was a horse.
Oh, yeah, the horse. Yes.
Honestly, and the little girl was amazing. Who was she? Who? I just randomly there's a kid. But like,
that's not their daughter.
Well, she was great.
She just waved. She's on the floor and pet the dog.
I love them. Okay, now you guys can probably.
Shh.
Now you guys can like, throw some shade at them. But I just had to give them my golden buzzer because they were my favorite.
Okay, honestly, no shade.
Okay.
Yeah, here's why. I saw their first act, and it was okay. It was fine. But after seeing so many singers go through and so much of the same thing, it was actually really refreshing to see something different and playful. And the tricks that they were doing, I wondered what it took to just get the dog to, I don't even know, weave in between the legs. It's crazy. I don't even know.
They practice every day.
They must have like
24 hours a day.
So many kibbles and bits.
And I really liked how the family just looked like they were having fun.
A blast.
Like I was like, oh, I want to be out there with them.
Yeah, I want that is going to be my future family actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, you'll force them.
Oh, my
You'll
children will be
them
dancing with their dogs
Barnum and Bailey
on
Circus.
America's Got Talent, and if they aren't,
Do you dance with your dog now?
I try. I'm gonna have to invest in some poodles apparently because they look very smart compared to my English bulldog. Simon was like, those are some of the worst haircuts I've ever seen on dogs in my life. Like I was like, Simon, shh.
I kind of thought they were like pretty.
They were cute. Were they like, I think who could do it is some Jack Russell Terriers. They're very smart. I saw one on Oprah once that was like doing math. It was like, what's 4 times 4? And it was like,
well, you know what? One
tapping
time I
its
saw a
foot.
chicken that played a piano.
oh. And then what happened when it tried to do it for a second time?
Yeah, Liza, tell us what
I think
happened.
it was CGI. I don't think it was real. See, this is my thought on the Pompeo family dogs. If Jokju can join the band, like he should join the family, play some music in the background. I think he would be would be less nervous if like she wasn't the focus.
That's true.
I think
And
if we
the
had
only animal.
Yeah. I think if Jokju was like the chicken that played the music for the dogs to dance to, she'd be like.
Jokju can
so
be
good.
DJ. Can be DJ.
Oh, DJ Jokju. So
DJ
she'd be on the
Jokju.
side and she'd be like piano, and then the dogs.
Well, don't you think it's easier for her to like move with?
No,
her
I
foot?
think it's more impressive that she can play the piano.
We just found her another job.
Was she doing it with her B?
Yeah, she was.
We should be Jokju's agent.
Do you need anyone to do your social media? Because like we got you.
Well, she should call the Pompey. Well, I think the Pompey dogs, like now that they're going through, might not feel like they need her, but they're not going to win, so they're going to realize that they need her. Next up, Henry Richardson, magician, kid, act 10, personality 2.
Yeah, energy level was just like I just got out of bed.
I was like,
maybe I'll do this. No, you know what it was
I'm
like?
such a teenage boy.
You know,
I have
you know
like
what
so
it was
much
like?
angst.
It's like when your mom tells you to do something, but,
Yeah.
but mom, I don't want to do it. So you just completely half-ass it, and you're just like, here's a card.
No, it's like giving I feel like he was giving a presentation in school, like, okay, so like, here's the cell, and then there's the mitochondria, and like, then you open the Pop-Tart, and there's a card. And the best,
technically
here's
it
the
was
best
the
damn trick you've ever
presentation.
seen. The trick was freaking amazing.
That's true.
He like had this card, Heidi signed it, they made all the cards clear, whatever, the snack is over there. All of a sudden, you open the Pop-Tart, and there's a card inside that's Heidi signed. I'm like, whoa.
True. The whole time I was like, what snack?
Yeah,
what,
what's that?
what do you
Whoa,
mean
wait,
snack?
Huh? What? and then all of a sudden the Pop-Tart has it in it, and I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, no, that was very cool. I was
like shaking in my boots.
It was all cool, even the invisible cards.
It was amazing. But like he was like so unimpressed. He's like, yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
I was like, AGT, this is cool.
He's like, yeah, this girl from my class is really pretty and she's watching, so I'm like trying to act cool.
I like hide my cards from all my teachers. No, the best part was he was like, he knew who Simon was, obviously he knew who Heidi was. Then he gets to Seal. He goes, hey man, can you like, obviously he had no idea who Seal was.
Yeah, because he's like 11.
Yeah.
He's like, I was born before, like, you know, Seal was. I mean, after Seal was a thing, you know what I mean? Seal's not as big anymore, unfortunately, for the youths.
for the youths.
But yeah, so that was like a really cool trick. I wish he was as excited about it as I was.
Yeah, it was
Henry,
really cool.
I think like that could have been nerves. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes when you're nervous, you just kind of like go monotone. And like not everyone's like a public speaker, especially not teenage boys. Like he might have just been nervous and like the delivery wasn't necessarily there.
Yeah, but you know what? They claim this all the time with magicians. This kid actually really didn't have high energy, but Tom London, I thought there was kind of a sense of mystery in his low energy when he was, you know, doing his tricks. But I don't know, it kind of made it sinister and cool. And then once the trick was, you know, done, it was like,
then
whoa,
there
that's
was
so
a payoff.
cool. But he kind of had this like quiet, you know, cool guy thing about him. And then Simon got upset because he thought that he just didn't have a good performance. But I thought it was great. I kind of thought it was part of his act.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's him. I just think he's kind of dull.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, so hopefully this isn't the last we see of Henry because he is a very good magician. Like that was a really cool trick and I have no freaking clue how he did it.
Do you think he ate the Pop-Tart afterward?
I hope someone ate it.
I know.
I was thinking about like I hope the Pop-Tart doesn't go to waste. That's like when Yogurtland, when the power went out, Liza's like, what's gonna happen to all the yogurt
I
inside?
was banging on the door asking them to let me in to save the yogurt. I hope someone
We're
saved
not
this
having
Pop-Tart.
it. I hope someone saved the Pop-Tart. Justice for the Pop-Tart. Anyway, next up, Elena and Sasha. We're not going to spend too much time on them because they didn't make it through. They did like a high balancing act with a bow and arrow. She shot a balloon. That was it. Anything
Boring.
Next. Remember the MTV show Next? Next.
Yeah, next. Wait, but can I just say,
Oh, no.
it would have been, I just have one comment. It would have been so much better if she got a bullseye. I know
She
there's
didn't
like
get a
really
bullseye.
no way, but it was like completely on the
No.
outsides of the red.
Our special guest, who's hopefully coming soon, Sophie Dawsey, got bullseyes, and she was blindfolded and did those things upside down and backwards. So she
should have been a
lesson
bullseye.
from Sophie.
Should have been a bullseye.
Obviously she didn't make it through. Sorry. Next up, Circus Elfin, the Swedish group. Okay, I like laughed. I'll be honest. They like did the audience interactive like clap and wave and like I didn't get it at first. They needed 30 seconds, but like. It was really funny. They didn't make it through, but I get their humor and like could see something like that maybe like on a smaller stage in Vegas, like sort of working as a comedy bit. Like I was giggling at my desk watching that.
Well, it was just funny because Heidi was like so into it,
Yeah.
and Simon was
She's
like
like-
hunched over.
And then Mel B was like, "Really?"
Yeah. Yeah. So they all just had such different expressions, which is so funny. And it was kind of like a big boomerang on Instagram.
Yeah, that's exactly what
You
it
know.
was. Good thinking.
But I liked it. I don't know what I would really classify them as, comedians or
I literally
musicians.
wrote down, I don't know what their act is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. It was cute, and it definitely, you know, captivated everyone. Is different. I don't know how they would top that or what they would do in Vegas.
yeah, I literally wrote haha. Like it's just kind of ha like it's LOL. Okay.
chuckle.
Anyway, next up, Danelle, Damon, and the Greater Works Choir. They sang the song that we opened with, "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." That lead woman is a queen. She is so good. Like she commands the stage. I was like, power to you, girl. She is really good. I always love a good gospel choir. Like there really is nothing like it. There's nothing that sounds like it. There's nothing that makes you like feel the way that makes you feel. So I always enjoy watching a good choir.
I liked it. It was really, really good. But what makes it different
From any other-
Nothing. That's true.
choir?
Nothing.
That's true.
That's very valid, and we always have. I just feel like there's always like a gospel choir that makes it far on AGT, like literally every year, and like this is the one this year.
That's true.
Great.
They were so fun. Do I think they're gonna go all the way? Whoa. Excuse me. Do I think they're gonna go all the way? No. Do I think this will be great for, their following and fans? And
they'll
do I
probably
think
get
this
to
could
travel,
make a
yeah.
career out of
Yeah.
it for them? 100%. So I think sometimes AGT just gives people a stage to, kind of get the word out there about themselves. And if they don't make it, fine, but it gives them a platform.
It's also a cultural thing. Like, it's amazing for some parts of the country to, like, see something like that, because I feel like there are people who have, like, never seen an amazing gospel choir. You know what I mean? So it's, like, cool. They do have, like, a little bit more choreography as a group, I feel like, than a lot of choirs. They, like, don't just, like, stand. They, like, do dance a lot, So I don't know. I enjoy watching them. Next up was our golden buzzer of the night. So we're not going to give it to him because, like, he already got the big one. So, like, I don't want to, like, spoil him.
He doesn't get to.
Johnny Manuel, he's a singer. He got the golden buzzer from Seal. He sang a Stevie Wonder song. Simon didn't like it. So he asked him for another, and he re-sang the song he sang the week before. Do I think a golden buzzer should go to someone that, like, didn't do a good job the first time and, like, needed a redo? Like, not really. I think that there were some other acts this night that maybe deserved it more. I think that someone needs, like, the producers need to have, like, a little bit of a chat with the guest judges before they come on and be like, hey there, we only have singers so far as golden buzzers, so, like, if you like a magician or, like, if you like a dancer, like, maybe you should give it to them.
Yeah, but I just don't understand how the producers thus far aren't seeing the comments and seeing everyone on
Yeah,
social
everyone
media get
is
really
livid.
upset.
Because this isn't, like, a young singer. It's not another 12-year-old girl. Like, I get it, but, like, it's still a singer. I'm
Yeah.
still watching The Voice.
Right.
And, like, not that he doesn't deserve it, because he's a great singer, and, like, I loved his, renditions of, honestly, both the songs. I really didn't think the first one was that horrible.
me either.
I was entertained by it. Simon was, like, being, American Idol Simon, which
I
is
loved
fine.
that. He was like, I was annoyed.
exactly.
I was like, yes, you were. I was
Exactly.
annoyed because you said that and I wasn't before.
Right.
Yeah, like, now I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, because I agree. That song was not for him.
Yeah.
And the fact that Simon sat there and was like, no, I need you to give me 30 seconds of the song you sang last week shows that, like, Simon's really in tuned and
He did that with-
knew that he could do better than what he did.
He did that with that other girl. Oh gosh, her name is escaping me right now. She sang like a slow
Yeah,
song,
yeah. I
and then
know
he
what
had
you're
her sing
talking
something more modern. The same season, it was a
Yeah.
couple, like 2 weeks ago, and she's now going through to the live shows as well. So I think that that's something that, like, obviously only you can really do with a singer. Like, if someone does a dance number, you're like, I really didn't like that dance number. Can you do it to a different song and a different dance? Like, I suppose you really only could do that with music.
But is that not favoritism, but is that kind of giving them
an unfair
leg above
advantage.
someone
Yeah,
else?
100%. I think that all the singers right now sort of have a leg up. And I really hope a singer doesn't win this year, because a singer won last year under Simon. And if he's turning this into X Factor, I'm done watching.
Yeah, I
Mic
agree.
drop.
All right, Simon.
Next up was, surprise, another singer, Brit Sasson. She's 21, and I really like her. So I'm not, like, world's biggest country fan, but I've, like, grown a new appreciation for country recently, and Fleetwood Mac is one of my favorites. They were my first concert I ever went to when I was, like, 10, and she did a country twist on, like, a Fleetwood Mac song, and unfortunately she didn't make it through, but she's someone that I think would thrive on The Voice, because country singers either usually win or go, like, final two. I was like, Team Blake? Anyone? Like, what are you
where's
doing
Blake
here?
Moran?
Yeah, like, I wanted, like, Blake Shelton to, like, be in the audience and be in a chair and just turn around. Like, I was having that vision. And
We
I
are
was like,
converting you to
yeah,
The
like,
Voice.
literally doing this, Blake Shelton's thing. Yeah, so she's on the wrong show.
Yeah.
She
I
is.
love a good country singer. I'm a diehard country fan.
Who's your favorite country
So-
singer?
I mean, it's hard to say. Okay, Zach Brown Band is my all-time favorite. Oh, did we just become best friends? We did. I love him. Them. But
I don't know who that is.
you'll learn.
I'm
But
over
anyways,
here.
anyways, I think she could go really far. Like I said about the gospel choir, I think she's still gonna go really far because I think she has the
Got out,
look.
Liza.
I know. I mean, in life.
Oh, in life. I thought you meant on the show. I was like,
in life.
she didn't make
in
it.
life. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna do because you said that. Brit. Okay. You know what? So I'm giving her a golden buzzer, even though
Respect.
she's at home. I want her to come back. I would listen to her on Spotify, which is my meter of how much I would listen.
True.
I just thought she was great, and I think she will go very far in life. Done.
All right.
Done. What'd you think?
I'm a country fan, just like you. Actually, Kenny Chesney's my favorite country
Oh,
singer.
okay.
I found her Instagram. She's, like, so cute. You guys should go look her up.
So
She's really
But
cute.
I don't know. I don't know if she was nervous, but she didn't really have.
Sorry, she has a really hot boyfriend.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Woo! Good for you, Brit. She doesn't need this show.
Oh,
she
yeah,
is
Brit,
fine.
You're fine, girl.
We are so happy for you. He is so cute.
Yes, as you're
Sorry, Mac.
I mean, now I'm distracted by Brit's hot boyfriend. Thanks, Danny.
Sorry, I didn't mean to deter from the show, but he is smoking. Good for you, Brit.
But Yeah, she didn't really move me. She was good, but nothing special.
Okay.
Well, she has Liza's golden buzzer, so that's good enough. And she has a hot boyfriend, so she's like totally fine. A golden buzzer and a boyfriend?
Yeah.
What more do you need in life?
She is my golden buzzer, but do I have
What
a
does
hot
my
boyfriend
opinion
now?
matter?
Yeah. So, I suppose
It's okay.
she's got the last laugh on that one. Moving on. My, like, if I didn't already give my golden buzzer away, I would be giving it to Artin and Paige. They are freaking amazing. Young dance duo. They're like a mini Heidi and Seal, which I love that they made that reference. And I think it was Howie that was like, because they kept saying, like, we're going to get married. And,
Yes!
and he was like,
I
and
love
look,
this
if it doesn't
story.
work out, you can still be friends and you can still work together. I literally was like, I made like a really disgusting, like, ha! At my desk, like a deep, like, guttural laugh, because it was just like such a funny joke. And aside from the fact that like it was funny and they were cute, they are actually very good dancers.
they
like,
are.
I was watching them and I was like, oh shoot, these two are like really good, and like they had really good lines and really good form. And I was like, because I watch a lot of So You Think You Can Dance, so I feel like I like can speak in dance terminology. Like their lines are beautiful and like they had really good legs and like all pointed toes. I was like, this is like really good. Not just choreography, but like execution by like tiny babies. They're really young.
Absolutely. I love them. They were in sync. They looked like
They
they're
really
having
were so in sync, precise.
literally having
Like couldn't have been more.
I just want to go sit in one of their rehearsals and just watch them all day.
All day.
All day.
Like, are they on YouTube? Can I find them somewhere? Because like,
I'm
I
sure
want to
they're
watch.
on
I want to
YouTube
watch
channel.
them.
And
everywhere.
if not, they probably have their own wedding website already.
Yeah, like they have like a
Probably.
registry.
But y'all, wasn't that so cute?
Well, the best part was it's just so typical. The girl's like, and we're gonna get married, and he's just standing there like,
or
Oh my God, they do have an
when
Instagram.
they were talking about when they were
They have a combined Instagram and it is so cute.
what's it called? What's it called?
Artin and Paige. Account run by parents.
Oh, that's
Sweet.
sweet.
They
So
do
cute.
so much dancing together on here. I know what I'm doing the rest of the week. So much for
Sing a
working.
oh my goodness.
so
no.
Oh my God, they have really cute matching outfits.
See?
Honestly, it's useless for me to
Can
show
we
you
get
guys on my
merch?
phone.
It's
Can we get
almost like
merch?
they're meant to be.
Oh my God, they're
Listen,
Adorable.
If you're listening, we want some of your matching outfits.
Oh no, we're getting
for our
them
show.
here. I don't know how, but these two are gonna be on our show
They,
at one point or another.
But I'm pretty sure they're my size.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, they probably are.
I don't know if you guys can tell from the table, but Tori's a little mini. But yeah,
so
Actually,
I
sitting on
definitely-
a little booster next to me because I was too large and she's too small.
they're
So when they come, I want to take a picture with them because we are all the same size.
Oh, you know what? They were on Little Big Shots, so that's good news. Good for them. Which I respect. It's not like when I found out that other chick had already won America's Got Talent in another country or whatever, Yugoslavia's Got Talent. I was like, no. But this Little Big Shots is not a competition. It's just like a stage for cute kids.
Okay, well wait. I'm in love with them.
Brace yourselves.
We are the same size, so everybody.
Oh!
And the crowd goes wild. So I just want to take a moment and recognize the fact that all three of us had amazing golden buzzer options that just Seal just like, ignored.
Yep.
So Seal, call me.
Okay, but I did contradict myself because mine was.
You're just a singer, but it was a country singer. We don't have a country singer.
That's very true.
You know, she's honestly the only country singer I think in the competition. They just told her to scram.
That's true. Peace for country, peace for Brit.
Yeah, I mean, but like we had two really good options,
We did,
dancers
absolutely.
and some young pups. Show me some love for some dogs. Anyway, now that we're done talking about cute dogs, let's talk about cute boys.
And cute little people.
In the stairwell, the Air Force a cappella group, they did an NSYNC cover. What I do like is Simon called them out on like this being a dare, and because they were like shocked when they made it through the first time, and he was like, was this like, did someone tell you guys you had to do this? And they were like, yeah, but now we're like really serious about it because now we're here, we're gonna make the best of this. And they made it through.
They did. Although I really wish they would have done like a mix-up. Like just the NSYNC song was, I don't know. I didn't really like it. They were good and I enjoyed them, but maybe, I don't know, throw in some Backstreet Boys, throw in something. I don't know. I felt like I was, or they should have been on, what's that movie? Oh my gosh. You know it. They just, number 3 is coming out.
Number 3,
Or maybe, yeah.
High School Musical.
No, not High School Musical. No, not Step Up. Oh my gosh. Okay, it'll come back to me.
G.I.
Despicable
Joe.
Me.
No, what?
I
No,
don't know what
not
I'm talking
Despicable Me.
Things are going well here. We're really all on the same wavelength.
Well, okay, so I was a big fan of them when they first auditioned.
Pitch Perfect.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Or like Glee.
Why did you say so? Okay, so I was a big fan when they first auditioned. I'm so sorry, that was a really hard hit. I wasn't as impressed with their vocals. I agree with what you were saying. I would have appreciated more either in sync songs or like a good, 90s boy band medley. Love me a good medley. Wasn't that impressed with their voices. I think they're very cute and, could definitely be a traveling show if need be.
Are they like in the army?
Yeah, so I don't know how that would...
I don't know, where would they travel? Like,
well,
to different naval bases, I suppose?
Yes, I don't know.
But see you in San Diego.
Okay. Point is, they didn't really wow me this time. I'm happy they went through, but they didn't wow me.
Hopefully they wow us next time. Last but not least, in my opinion, was Will Tsai, the magician. He like took a nosedive, in my opinion, this week. His first trick put him like on the map, and he was one of the like most viewed things on YouTube. Like all this stuff was like top notch. And then like this week, I didn't really get it. Like, he turned a crystal into a fish, which was cool. Like, I can't do that. But, like, it wasn't as visually appealing as his last one. Like, the visually appealingness of, like, the rose petals turning into quarters and vice versa was, like, almost like my eyes were, like, couldn't take it last time. It was, like, a mental game, whereas this was just more, like, plop.
And what was up with his eye?
Oh, yeah.
Like, was that a trick, too?
I
don't know,
guess
something was happening.
He just kind of threw that in there for effect that it really didn't have anything to do with it.
Thought he was twitching.
I don't know. I just thought it was a little, like, why did they have ominous music for when he was like, when I was young, I had a fish named Joey. And now he's back. Like, it was just so weird. And, like, the delivery, like, wasn't cool.
I think he was trying to pull
awkward.
off the whole, like, I'm a magician, let me be spooky thing, but that was, like, a big swing and a miss.
Yeah.
It was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Also, I could be wrong, but was the fish in the picture the same beta fish as the one that was in the water?
Probably not.
Obviously not the same, but from what I saw, it was like
looked different?
Different fish.
Yeah, it probably was. It was not a good trick. And I think he's a good magician, so it's a shame that, like, he's a good magician and he picked a bad trick, because I think his first trick was really good and it showed the caliber of, like, the craft that he could do, and then he kind of just, plummeted for the
And why did he only do one trick? Like, I feel that if he did like another one, he could have redeemed himself.
You're right. He tried to do the eye thing in the middle of it, and
true, because usually magicians, like, there's like a bigger payoff at the end and there's mini payoffs throughout. I think comedy's almost the same way. Like, there's like sometimes like little jokes, like blips, and then they kind of lead to a large payoff at the end. And I think magic and comedy are similar in that sense, in terms of like their arc. And I think that his just kind of was a one-off more this time rather than... Because even Henry Richardson, who wasn't necessarily as good, wasn't necessarily energetic, I think had a better trick, because his trick had like 2-3 different parts. It had the clear cards, it had, you know what I mean? It had the sign your name, it had the Pop-Tart, it had the king had like a snack in his hand. So like his had like multiple levels and layers, as did Tom London's, you know what I mean? Like, we can go back to him again, and just different magicians have things like that, whereas I feel like Will's was sort of a miss tonight.
Yeah, it seemed a little fishy to me.
But
see what you did there.
So the acts from this week that are going through are Merrick Hana, the dancer, Kichi. I'm so sorry. The singer, Danelle, Damon, and the Greater Works Choir, Johnny Manuel, the Golden Buzzer, Arton and Paige, the dancing duo, In the Stairwell, the Air Force Acapella, and the Pompeo Family Dogs. Do we feel good about this week's group going through the live shows? This is our last round of judge cuts, I believe. Until next week, we're starting with the live shows, which is exciting.
Very exciting. I don't know. I mean, I guess for this particular show, honestly, I was kind of bored overall.
Yeah, this was not my favorite episode.
I agree. Besides for Brit, obviously, my fabulous Golden Buzzer, I wasn't really, they can go home.
Yeah.
You weren't emotionally tied to any of them? Yeah, see, I actually agree with you. I wasn't like, sometimes when I watch, I'm like, if this person goes home, I'm going to stop watching, honestly, and then I never
I'm going to write a letter.
I'm like, write it. Yeah, no. Yeah. When someone went home this year on The Voice, I like nearly like flipped the table. So I didn't feel that way about any of these this week. But now that I like have watched it and like, forced myself to care, now I care about the dogs. And like, if they send dogs home, I'll probably cry, because that's just like in my nature when it comes to dogs. But yeah, any predictions from this group? Like, is there anyone, I mean, I suppose we almost just answered our own question, but is there anyone from this group that you're like, oh, I could see them maybe top 5? I suppose our Golden Buzzers maybe are the answer to that. We kind of were doing that all along.
I feel so sad because I'm going to say no.
Yeah. Even though I gave a Golden Buzzer, like, I think the dogs are going to go pretty far, but I think at a certain point it's going to get repetitive.
But they would need to up their tricks.
Yeah, it's gonna get repetitive, because, like, I think it was exciting again because we hadn't seen it in, like, a month. But, like, now we're going to see it again next week, and we'll be like, we just saw the same, conga line. And, unless these dogs have, like, way more up their sleeve that we don't know about. because especially because dogs have already won AGT, a dog act similar to this, but they were like so good. Those dogs were like riding bicycles, and I was like mind blown. And so I think unless they can like do things like that we just haven't seen yet, maybe they're saving it. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say Johnny, but we just have so many singers that he's really gonna have to stand out.
Next week, when it comes to the live shows, they better slash half the singers out. I want half of them gone. And America, I'm looking at you because it's going to be up to us at this point because we have to vote. So actually, speaking of which, make sure you guys vote next week because that is really important. I always am one to say you can't complain if you don't vote. So I think there's an AGT like app you can vote on. I think you vote on Twitter. I think you can vote on their website. I think there's like, usually what I do is like I type into Google like AGT vote and you can like actually vote in Google, I think. There's plenty of ways to do it. Let's do it next week so we don't cry when our favorites go home because that always happens to me and then I complain and I'm like, well, you know what, if I didn't vote I don't get a say. So let's make sure to vote. I will be voting for Tom London, who's not on the show anymore. A write-in ballot of my own. Oh, maybe they'll do, sometimes they have like wild cards. Occasionally for the live shows they do bring like a couple back.
Ooh,
so
guys,
that would be cool.
Hey.
That would be very cool if they brought someone back. I'm sure Liza's really excited to see Mike Young next week. He'll be singing for her again. I honestly think he's singing. Like Liza's gonna have him perform at her wedding one day.
Like front row, like
yeah, like she's gonna be like his #1 fangirl. But yeah, I think that's kind of all we have for this week. Thank you guys for bearing with us with our new toy. We've had a lot of fun with it, and I'm excited to use it in weeks to come. Even though, you know, Golden Buzzer season has now come to an end with the judge cuts being over, I'm gonna keep bringing it. I'm going to keep bringing it because every week deserves the Golden Buzzer, even if the judges aren't giving one out. We still can.
Deep.
But that is all. If they want to continue the conversation with you on social media, where can they find you?
Thanks for tuning in. You can find me on social media on Instagram at liza.ruben or at fat but skinny but fat.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Tori_Broussard.
And you can find me everywhere at Dani Golub. It has been so much fun. We will see you guys next week. Thanks.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.